Hey everyone, it's Annette. Thanks for tuning in. So you saw in the intro, I did a quick embossing technique using an embossing folder and some craft paper or light cardstock. So this was the end result, but I'm going to show you today a technique called faux embossing, where you can get an embossed look without using an embossing folder or a die cut machine or embossing machine. It's just going to be using stamps and inks, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a super easy technique. It's so much fun and it looks so great. I really hope you stick around, watch this technique and give it a try sometime. So how it works is you want to use any color of cardstock and then an ink in a shade darker. So I'm going to show you. I pulled out, whoops, here it is. Trying to keep track of all my supplies. I'm going to do two examples. One's going to use blue paper, and one's going to use like this tan colored paper. So let's start with the blue first. And I have my stamping platform. Any stamping platform will do. Let me get this tape off of here. I don't think it's going to matter, but I'll just remove it. And what I'm going to do is place this just up in the corner, and I'm going to tape it down just so it doesn't move. You can use magnets as well. And then I'm using this stamp set from Altenew, and it's called Build a Garden, and I'm going to use this large floral stamp. Just peel the plastic off. It's a very large stamp, and that's kind of what you want. This technique works really well with larger images, and just place it anywhere on the paper. All right, and then you just pick it up and make sure it's down real well on the platform door. And let me put these out of the way here. And then, like I said earlier, I'm using a blue paper. I'm going with just a slightly darker blue ink. And this is Memento Paris Dusk. It is a fade-resistant dye ink. I tried this technique using oxide inks, and I found that the dye inks worked better for me. You can certainly do it with either though. So what I want to do is just ink up my stamp. Just get some good ink on it. We might do it twice. And then just press it down. Get a good impression. And I'm going to zoom in because you can see here, kind of missed some spots in the middle and here around the edges. So we'll just hit it again. Actually, I'll leave it zoomed. Sorry if you're getting dizzy. Just make sure I get a lot of ink on here, or an even distribution of ink. Make sure your paper is up in that corner. Nothing's moved. And just press it. That's the nice thing about the stamping platforms, is you can stamp again as long as you make sure your paper's in the same position. So that looks really good. All right. We're going to leave the stamp positioned on the door just as it is. And then we're going to bring in pigment ink. This is white pigment ink. This is from Recollections. You can use any brand, but use a pigment ink. And then what you want to do, and you might not be able to see this very well, but what you want to do is I want to move the paper down and over a hair. I mean, we're splitting hairs here. Let me zoom in a little bit more and see if you can see what I'm doing. So kind of focus on the top edge and this left edge. I am just moving it slightly. And then I'm going to tape the paper down again. Okay. Then let me get the blue ink off. Let me zoom back out. Wipe your stamp down. And then you're going to take your pigment ink and just lightly tap the stamp. You don't want to go down too heavy. Whoops, here we go. And then you're just going to bring the door down. Lightly press, press, press. And just like magic, you have a faux embossed impression without using an embossing folder. It's just 2 layers of ink, the first layer down, and then you slightly shift the paper and do the pigment ink. Okay, I want to show you the same technique using a lighter color of cardstock. You might even be able to see this better. So we're going to use this tan. I'm not sure what color. I bought a pack of cardstock a long time ago with multiple colors in it, and I just picked a lighter color that was in the tan or brown family. So that's what we're going with here. And then this time I'm using Archival Ink in potting soil. This is from Ranger. And so you just want to ink up your stamp. Make sure that paper's up there. And give it a good press. And we are going to hit it again. And we're going to press. I'm actually going to get my little elbow grease in here. Okay. I'm going to go one more time because I want a really good impression here first. Get my inks put away. And I'm going to show you what you can do here to make a quick card with these. So we're going to cut these into panels, and I'm going to use from Ginakdesigns Master Layouts 2 die cuts, and I'm going to use this larger stitched layer. There's several different options to choose from. There's a stitched layer that's smaller, but I'm going to go with this larger stitched layer, and I'm going to use that on this tan color. So I am going to bring in my embossing machine, my Big Shot. Let me zoom back out so you can see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is get my platform out. I'm going to lay the stitched die. Really, you're just cropping the design, and you can put it anywhere you want. And then this will be the panel for your card. So I personally like when the leaves and some of the design bleed off of the panel. So I'm going to put it right about there. And I am going to tape it down. I really don't want it to move. And then I'm going to run it through the embossing machine. And then we're going to get this tape off. This is mint tape, and it's really nice because it does not stick to the cardstock. And then you have this beautiful panel with this really nice, let me see if you can, hang on a second. Can you see that stitched border? There you go. It has a really beautiful stitched border all the way around. It just adds a little something to the card. Okay, so we have that, and then I'm going to do the same while I have my embossing or my die cut machine out. I'm going to do another one. Actually, we're going to do, let's use Gina Master Layouts 1. These dies are also a lot of fun. These are very pretty, these ovals, but today I'm going to use the smaller of the rectangle, the large rectangle, and then the next one, the next size down. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to take a different crop. I'm going to go this way. Tape it down. Run it through. If you don't have any of the die cuts, you don't need to use the die cuts. You can just cut it with your paper trimmer, just the regular panel size. And I'll put all the measurements in the description. But there is another example, and this one just has a straight edge border. It might be hard to see. There you go. That might be better right there. So, okay, so now we have 2 panels. And let's see here. You can make 2 really quick cards. I have some pre-cut matte layers. These are 4 inches by 5 1/4. We'll do 1 of each color. And here you can really do anything. You could do blue on blue, tan on tan, but I'm gonna just go opposites here, just to make it stand out a little bit. And it's just, you just glue these panels onto the matte layers. And I just kind of eyeball the border. And the card bases are just a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. Okay, and you just cut it down the middle at 4 1/4, and then you score it at 5 1/2 to fold it over for an A2 top folding card. And then you can glue your card panel and matte onto the card. And you have 2 easy cards. You can pop a sentiment on there, a thank you, or these make really nice sympathy cards. So there you have it. A quick and easy technique. It's so much fun. I hope you give it a try. The different color possibilities are endless, and they'll come out really nice for you. All right, thanks for watching. Make it a great day.